Hello, everybody. Sylvia McGrath here again with another cooking tip. I've promised a number of you guys that I was going to do a Spaetzle video. So it's a frigid, cold, and snowy day here in Colorado. So what perfect time to make some Spaetzle and show you all how to do it. Super, super easy. Like everything I try to do, I like to uncomplicate things for you. So here's what we have. On the stove here, I have a pot of water that I'm bringing to a boil. It's got a little bit of salt in it and some cold water in a bowl next to it. Next, for the Spaetzle, we have about 1 1/4 cups of flour. I have a teaspoon of salt, which I'm gonna add in right now. Then we have 2 beautiful eggs, which we're gonna add in. Now it's starting to come together and look like a little bit like a pasta dough for those of you who've made pasta. Difference with this, and it is a pasta, but the difference with this dough is that it's gonna be thinner than your usual pasta dough because it's not gonna go through a machine. So, okay, so I've mixed in the eggs here. Now we're gonna add water. So I've got about a cup of water here. You don't need to use it all, just play around with it. It really depends on the temperature and the dryness of where you're living, time of year. So I'm just gonna start with a little bit of water and mix this in. Again, it's looking very much like a pasta dough. It's pretty dry around here, so I'm gonna wanna add more flour, more water. I might even need more than this, we'll see. What you're looking for is a nice soft dough. Now you want to beat this until it gets a little less lumpy. So it may take a minute, but it's looking like a good texture to me. Just beat that a little bit more. All right, here's my dough. It's looking like a decent texture to me. It's a little thinner than a regular pasta dough. And I think it's time now to make the Spaetzle. Well, how do you do that, you ask? Well, here's how. So one tool that I've purchased is this, where you can put your pasta dough in here and then just kind of roll this back and forth over a pot of hot water, and it'll create little dumplings. It's pretty easy to use. I find it quite messy, so it's not my favorite way, and I think it wastes a lot of dough. I've seen some other ones on the market as well. This is my favorite. This is what my grandmother always used, and this is how I learned. It's called a Spaetzle board. You can buy these on Amazon. And then you have this little scraper. It's kind of beveled. And this is also beveled so that you can easily scrape the dough into your boiling water. This is what we're going to demonstrate today. So I've got my boiling water. I'm going to take some of the dough, put it on this board, just like that. And we're going to come over here to the boiling water, and I'm going to take my scraper, dip it in the water.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Now I'm going to take my scraper, dip it in the water, and then I'm going to scrape off little pieces into the boiling water. So there's all kinds of theories on this. Some people like them thin, some people like them thick. My grandmother used to make the perfect ones. They were always these tiny little thin Spaetzle. I make them all kinds of different sizes, whatever it turns out to be. So here we go. That seemed pretty easy, didn't it? Yeah. So now we're just gonna wait till they float to the top of the boiling water. Shouldn't take long at all. And we'll stick it in the cool water to prevent further cooking. Gosh, look at this. They're already coming to the top. Isn't that cool? These are done, my friends. These are done. Look at them. Isn't that nice? So easy. What the heck? So we'll just scoop these guys out. And voila, we just made Spaetzle. Now, there's a number of things you can do with them. You can just fry them up in some butter. What I'm gonna do today is cook them in a soup because it's really a good soup day today. I'm just gonna put them in some soup, and you can also fry them up with some good Swiss cheese or some Emmentaler or Jarlsberg cheese. Fry that up in some butter, grate some cheese into there. Boy, it's a really delicious thing. But stick around. I'm gonna finish up making the rest of these and I'll be back. All right, the time has come. I finished making this Spaetzle, cooled them off in some water, drained them. Here we have some in a bowl that are left over for just picking, I guess. And also, we've done some other amazing things with it. So let's take a look. Right here, I have everybody's favorite. I took some Spaetzle, fried them up in some melted butter, and that's about all you need to say about that. Now, if you like Kässpätzle, which are cheese Spaetzle, just grate up some sharp cheese, like a Jarlsberg or a Swiss cheese. And while you're frying these, just put the grated cheese on top and fry them up. And I tell you, people just love that. But today, we're doing something a little bit different. I have made some soup because it's a really cold day out. And we're gonna throw a little bit of beef in there because it was a beef stock, and this is the meat that I used for making the stock. We're gonna throw in some boiled carrots and potatoes along with the Spaetzle. Wants a little more carrot there. And then I'm just gonna ladle in my broth. Let's throw some crispy onions on there. Just fried up some onions till they were crisp. And then it wouldn't be a German recipe if it didn't have some chopped parsley on it. There we have it. Spaetzle, your way. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this recipe. I hope it really helped you. Another thing you can do if you really don't want to spend the money on the Spaetzle board, just take a cutting board and a knife, and you can cut that in just the way I did it with the board and the special little scraper. So I hope you enjoy this. Please try it.